Yesterday, on the cover of the New York Post, there was a picture of Adam at the bottom of the page and a picture of George Soros on top. And we turn now to him, progressive visionary for America. And his vision is becoming a reality. Reports show the billionaire has helped the campaigns of at least 75 district attorneys throughout the United States. These DAs represent 72 million citizens, or more than 1 in 5 Americans. Soros has spent more than $40 million in direct spending over the past decade to elect prosecutors using various shell organizations to execute his bidding.
Matt Palumbo is the author of The Man Behind the Curtain, Inside the Secret Network of George Soros, and joins us now. In that New York Post cover, it had George Soros on the top, the most dangerous man in America, and then Adam Klotz. We want to be clear. It is not Adam Klotz. It is George Soros. So, Matt, walk us through the money trail that you found linking George Soros to these very, very far-left DAs.
Right. So, I mean, the thing about Soros is, and it's sort of ironic that, you know, us pointing out any money he spends is sort of chalked up as a conspiracy theory. But, you know, Soros's Open Society Foundations, all his money, all his donations is public. So it's very easy to trace. And, you know, Soros has been involved in our politics for many decades. You know, the only silver lining has been that he spent tens of millions in presidential elections that he's mostly lost. But he's gone local in the past decade. He's had more than a 90% success rate in getting a lot of these DAs elected. And, you know, I hate to use the term brilliance with Soros, but one of the brilliant things he realized is, you know, when you want to get policy reform done with law and order, and in this case, degrading it, going through a DA is so efficient because you don't have to go through a state legislature. You don't have to go through a mayor. You just back someone with millions of dollars who's going to do what you want. And that's what he's done, you know, across the nation. In fact, they're all largely interchangeable in terms of the crazy policies they implement. They seem to really view criminals as the real victims in any situation. They're very supportive of the defund the police movement. And there was sort of this 1-2 punch in 2020 where we have them not enforcing the law and then also supporting cutting police. One sort of underreported fact, I think, in 2020 was that even before the defund the police movement resulted in a single police officer losing their job, the U.S. actually employed about 30% fewer cops per capita than the world average. So we were cutting on top of being below the world average. And the consequences were impossible to ignore. It's very seldom the case that a policy can blow up in your face this quickly. But in 2020, you know, while there was a nationwide crime increase, it was the most pronounced in these Soros jurisdictions. You saw a near doubling. And then there were some crimes that, you know, the lack of enforcement even changed how they're getting reported. So violent crime skyrocketed. That data is very reliable. But, you know, in San Francisco, you can walk into a CVS, steal $500 and walk out, and nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that doesn't
really
get
quickly,
reported
before
at all.
we let you go, I just want to ask, what do you think is motivating George Soros to spend his money the way he does? Do you think he's actually a believer in these liberal causes, or is it something else?
Well, that's the thing. You know, there are certain, like, you know, Santa Claus, Bernie Sanders type policies where you can think a liberal's naive and means the best. I just cannot find a theory for why anyone would think these policies work. You know, I hate to give the lazy answer of the guy is just evil, but there's not even really a moralistic spin on this one. So it's really all I can think of. Maybe he sees, you know, there's benefit in chaos and reshaping the country from that.
Joe Rogan called him like a Batman villain. If you did the research and you can't find an altruistic reason why he's doing this, I think Batman villain's the closest thing we can come to. And that's scary and weird, but that's 2023, and that's George Soros.
Matt, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.